Hey everybody, welcome to day 203. So first of all, I want to say about the title in case little Billies don't watch to the end. The title is only talking about me specifically, and if you're built like me, if you are built to back squat and you have a nice, clean, low bar barbell back squat and you can squat and get stronger at it, go ahead and like it, go ahead and do that. Okay, now shout out to the man of the hour, the Turkish technician, the Sultan of Salt, my man Salty. He's over here doing 20-second pause squats on his toes. I don't know what's wrong with this man, but most likely if you have some type of fitness YouTube channel, this man's been supporting you for 10 years, and he's the first one in the comments ever. Whenever I find a channel and it's like a low-key small channel, yep, Salty's been there for 10 years. Shout out to you, Salty. Okay, so different plyometrics than you guys have seen me do so far. We're working on a little bit of single leg lateral work. This left side is harder for me to control and explode off of because that left hip is still out of place. So the right one is easier. So we're starting on the first step, just trying to be bouncy, being as quick as possible, and then we go up to the second step. So it takes a couple jumps to acclimate. Now that eccentric or that landing off that second step is tough. But yeah, I just have to get used to the different height first, and we are moving forward slightly. Yeah, we're just building a little bit of momentum as we're going here, just trying to be bouncy. Actually, after doing these, the hip ends up feeling a little bit better. I didn't think I was going to be able to do sled sprints today, but it was feeling better after these jumps. Now on these, I needed to do a better job of moving more laterally. I was just focused on the height, and I could have made them look cleaner if I focused on more lateral power. Now, if you're a little Billy, don't try these. You're going to blow your knee out, all right? So this is a altitude drop or a depth drop down onto a single leg, also trying to stop the forward momentum there and allowing the knee to bend and really the knee and the hip to put on the brakes. Landing with one leg and not putting your other leg down is extremely difficult. So definitely don't start there if you've never done jumping or plyometrics. Okay, so again, the jumps didn't feel too bad. We got 55 pounds here on the sled. For being 55 pounds, which is relatively heavy on sled sprints, I feel like they move nice. My energy was good. I feel like this is the first day I've probably been 100% from the sickness. So in my mind, like I said, usually the power is down after an explosive day for the max lower body exercise. But like I said, I was going to get another zercher block pull on the board. I had the intention to do zercher block pulls. But then we go on to the L sit here with 4 pounds. Previous best was like 17.3 or something. I was like half a second short on that one, so definitely frustrated. Again, with the hip being out of place, it definitely does affect bilateral hip flexion exercises to some extent, but I felt like I should have been able to PR there because it's a little bit of a soft record compared to my 3 pounds and 5 pounds, but nope, we were not able to do that. Moving on to the single leg iso bridge here with 50 pounds, and we had to beat a 158 count, and we managed to push to 165. So this is played at double speed, so nobody falls asleep here. But yeah, we managed to get that. Now at this point in time, the left hip that was feeling better started feeling worse again. Now the problem was with the left, and this is all coming off the back of doing that trap bar deadlift a few days ago, which I'd never seemed to learn my lesson. That 610 deficit, again, felt nothing in the moment, but I just knew my body pushed over to the left and overloaded that left side. And this is just a chain reaction from that, doing that block pull a few days ago, continuing to overload that left side because of what had been done before. So at this point, anytime that I would have the slightest bit of hip flexion or spinal flexion at the bottom part of the left side, it's just the muscular down there is overwhelmed. It has no choice but to be because it's out of position. So just every time I move to set something up, to change my shoes, to do everything, it's just irritating it. I'm trying to make every excuse. Now, when I put my legs out wide, it does clear and I can go down. So I'm like, you know what? When I do my zerchers, they're out wide. But there was just picking up a plate, everything. There was just no way. It was just way too beat up. And I was trying to make excuses and reasons to still do that zercher, even though we were doing it after sprints. But I was just like, no, there's no way I should be doing this. So I was thinking about doing this a while back, but the QL was bugging me too much at that time. Now, when the left hip is super jacked up, yeah, the right QL is shut down and feels perfectly fine. So the hardest part on this was unracking it and re-racking it as far as like that left hip and lower back goes. But again, this bar weighs 18 pounds more than standard. These chains, the way that I have them set up, without the chains, I could do probably 95 pounds more on these. So I'm trying to use pretty much a deadlift stance. My toes are turned out ever so slightly. It's not quite the same as a conventional deadlift stance, but it's close to one that I can do. And I'm trying to pause in the bottom. Again, please do not do these with your hands out wide like that. It's very dangerous on the shoulders. So you'll see here, I was not happy with this set. Yeah, so I'll just let it play raw here. So again, I'm sure on video that looks like it moved fast and moved easy. It feels different, number one, because I'm unused to the movement. So the central nervous system doesn't understand. And two, it's just super sketchy on the shoulders. It's right on the limit of where it feels like the shoulders are going to be injured. And obviously in the bottom position, I'm making a lot of compromises to get there, twisting and turning to hit that hole. I'm pretty much hamstrings on calf in the bottom position. Like I said, I'm trying to pause every rep, but I wasn't happy with how hard that was pushed as a single. So I do a drop set here with 3 plates. As I'm resting, it's sped up double speed, just to let you guys know. I didn't cut anything out, but the rest in between, it's double speed just to make it go by easier. My goal was to get 8 here, and I managed to get 8. And again, watching it, of course, it looks like, oh, that's a soft set, which I agree with, but you know, it was enough to do a stimulus. My adductors and my quads, my knees, everything is going to be super beat up tomorrow. I know that. I was using my Olympic weightlifting shoes to get down even deeper, but you can't be super upright anyway while you're doing Hatfield style. Otherwise, the bar is going to want to fall off your back. Regardless of that, I'm still going to be driving with my head down, even though that I'm in Olympic shoes. And the other thing is, in the bottom position, there's going to be some butt wink, or the back's going to be rounded. And just the way that the left hip's feeling and not being used to it with the right QL. Yeah, the heaviest weights, I didn't really want to chill on the bottom for too long, just because I don't know how beat up it's going to make me, even though in the position at the time felt fine. But also, I suspect a little tweak in the left side of the back and the hip is going to get worse before it gets better. Again, just because it's out of position and it's been slightly irritated. Now, everything that I do throughout the course of the day, coaching, walking, going up and down stairs, picking up my daughter, everything you could think of will irritate it slightly. So as I continue to try to get the hip back into its correct position, that part will get beat up more and more, and it will travel up further my back, down further into my hip. But whatever, that's a common thing that I used to get in 2011, 2012, so I know how to deal with it. It's just going to not going to be able to do any big pulls for a few days is what I'm suspecting. But anyway, thanks for everyone taking the time to listen, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.